What follows is a work of fiction. All references to personages or institutions in this and subsequent episodes are not to be construed as references to the corresponding personages or institutions, be they public or private, on planet reality.
Isotope and Moses. Isotope and Moses are two domestic dogs. Think Boston Terrier, but a bit larger. Isotope, as the name would suggest, is an eccentric and lovably unstable creature. Moses is a wise sage, laconic and of few words. Isotope is more reactive, whereas Moses is more stoic. These personality differences are also emphasized by their physical appearance. While the same size, Moses wears aviator shades to such an extent that they are for all practical purposes fused to his body. Isotope is distinguished by his lack of ears. Instead, he hears by means of a brass bullhorn mounted on the top of his head. It can rotate 360 degrees and is constantly calibrating its direction based on what Isotope either wants to listen to or is afraid of. It also sometimes shifts erratically or vibrates. Isotope's nervous tick. Isotope and Moses live on a Dutch-built houseboat called the Van Amstel. Gifted by the Dutch government to the state of New York for an exhibit in the State Museum, the boat would soon find itself embroiled in controversy. Homeless after the exhibit closed, it was improperly, some say illegally, appropriated for the personal use of State Senate Majority Leader Joe Bruno. Repossessed by the state during Bruno's 2009 corruption trial, the boat was sold to the highest bidder. Purchased by the firm which ran the Indian Point nuclear power plant until earlier this year, the boat was used as part of a retirement package for the plant's long-standing duo of guard dogs, Isotope and Moses, who have docked the boat in nearby Peekskill, where they continue to live on the boat today. Guarding Indian Point was a formative experience for the dogs. It's where they met and formed a tight bond, as if they had both been in the military together. Moses is at times prone to nostalgia about their experience together guarding the plant. Think of Simpsons' Principal Skinner's references to Vietnam. Isotope is less outwardly nostalgic, preferring instead to express whatever nostalgia he might have by continuing to be vigilant and alert, as if he were still on active duty as a protector of something. For Isotope, retirement from Indian Point did not represent the end of guard duty, rather the beginning of a new theater of duty. That he is not being paid, and that the threats are mostly imaginary, seem to make no difference for Isotope. Surrounded by the lush natural beauty of the Hudson Valley, and living in material comfort due to smart investments and a generous retirement package, Moses and Isotope both feel a sense of unease in the modern world. Both have a sense that life has become meaningless, and that the society in which they live is forcing its inhabitants down a path that none would freely choose for themselves. For Moses, the years of purposeful guard duty at Indian Point provides a well of nostalgia that helps him cope and keeps him grounded. His feeling is that by guarding such an important facility, he earned his place of honor, a dog among men. Nothing can take away his integrity. Isotope alternates between a desire for stability expressed in a similar nostalgia and a desire to continue living a life of purpose today. He spends a lot of time on Twitter and finds himself swept into hashtag clicks, online bullying, faddish social theories, and more, all in the hopes that he can continue to play a role, however small, in the larger world that surrounds him. Leading the charge for the cause du jour on Twitter, rooting out ideologically loaded subtext in films and plays, Isotope builds a new foundation for a purposeful, modern life. Too bad he has anchored himself in ephemeral, shifting sand. Little does he know that his allies today will be his enemies tomorrow. Moses, for his part, struggles too. His proud service of Indian Point is a case in point. The power plant was ordered to close prematurely as part of a wave of closures affecting nuclear plants nationwide. He grows old with the feeling that an institution he devoted his life to defending has been senselessly destroyed. The nostalgia, the Indian Point alumni get-togethers, none of it can fill the void, nor lift the feeling that it was all for naught. Moses has developed a taste for alcohol, a taste he never had in his prime working years, a taste he sometimes struggles to control. These days, he finds his purpose guarding his old pal Isotope, from Isotope himself.